Ever wondered if just the placement of sun and moon in your chart can describe your lifestyle, character, fame, and even the way you'll be treated by others in a single diagram? In this video, we are going to explore Dimba Chakra, a rare and powerful predictive tool from Vedic astrology that no one talks about, the meaning of which is hidden in various Sanskrit texts. Based on the work of Dr. Acharya V. Kumar, we are going to explore what is Dimba Chakra, how to construct it, and how to interpret it for powerful life clues. Dimba in Sanskrit and Hindi means a young child or a small baby. So the Dimba Chakra means a wheel or chart in the form of a child. In this system, the 27 nakshatras from Ashwini to Revati are mapped to the different parts of the body of a child, from forehead to the feet. Each part of the body, forehead, face, shoulder, chest, navel, arms, sex organs, hands, thighs, feet, is assigned a certain number of nakshatras. The key idea here is your Janma Nakshatra or your Moon's Nakshatra falls within this child chart, tells us about your life patterns, character, status, temperaments, comfort, and sometimes even the profession. The Dim Chakra is mentioned in two different classical texts, Jataka Bharanam by Dhundiraj, Hora Ratnam by Balbhadra. Both give exactly the same predictive meanings, though they differ slightly on how they distribute the few nakshatras to knees or feet. Today we will follow mainly the Jatak Bharanam style that Dr. V. Kumar uses in his research. So now let's talk about how to create this Dimba Chakra. So Dimba Chakra, as I said, we put 27 nakshatras in 10 different body parts in a particular order. So let's look at how to put these 27 nakshatras into the form of Dimba Chakra. So these are the body parts. These are 10 body parts starting from forehead to feet. And as you can see on the in this table, 3 nakshatras starting from Sun's nakshatra will be placed in the forehead. Followed by that, 3 nakshatras will be placed in the face, 2 nakshatras in shoulder, and so on and so forth. And feet has 6 nakshatras. So in this way, we construct the Dimba Chakra. Now, how will this Dimba Chakra look like? So Dimba Chakra looks like this. As you can see, this is like a human structure, a skeleton, just a stencil kind of image, and then you have these are the 3 nakshatras in the head, then 3 nakshatras in your face, 2 nakshatras on your shoulder, and so on and so forth, and 6 nakshatra in the feet, right? So that's how you arrange all your nakshatras. So for example, let's suppose this chart, this native has the birth nakshatra or the sun's nakshatra in the Mrigshira. So if sun is in Mrigshira nakshatra and moon is in Jyeshtha nakshatra, which means and the counting always starts with the sun's nakshatra. So sun's nakshatra will always occupy this slot, the very first nakshatra on the body of this person, followed by all the other nakshatras in the sequential order. And that's how you arrive. And then you have to gauge where is the moon's nakshatra falling. So like here in this case, the sun's nakshatra, the moon nakshatra is 18, which is Jyeshtha. So you will try and locate where is Jyeshtha nakshatra falling. And as you can see, Jyeshtha nakshatra is falling in the chest portion of the human figure or the Dimba Chakra, right? So that's how you use Dimba Chakra. That's how you construct Dimba Chakra. Now, the placement of the moon's nakshatra in different parts of meaning have in the different parts of the body has different meanings. For example, if the moon nakshatra falls in the head part of the body, as we then it has a different meaning. And if the moon nakshatra falls in the face part of the body, it has a different interpretation. If it falls in the chest part, it has a different interpretation, and so on and so forth. So, what are these interpretation, or what are the hints? So, let's quickly look at what does the classic say about how to do the interpretation. So, as you can see on the screen, these are the definitions taken from Jataka Bharanam and Hora Ratnam. Forehead endowed with gems, gold, fine clothes, symbol of honor, fans, umbrellas, special marks of respect, hold a distinguished position in family or society, leads a rich and well-equipped life with many comfort. And then you have face, which is loves sweet food, enjoys comfortable homes, beds and seats, good speaker, pleasant face, usually cheering, smiling. Then we have shoulders, which means a jewel in the family, prominent shoulders, strong build, famous for big functions, celebrations, or events, brave, generous, capable of making grand offerings, especially to temples. If your moon nakshatra falls in the chest region, then the person will be equal to king in the family. Good character and noble disposition, great fame and wealth versed in Shastras. Then you have Navel, which is forgiving nature, some timidity in battles or confrontations, may avoid direct fights, skilled in arts, religious minded, and generous. Then you have arms, which is likely to leave birthplace, homeland, gains fame in foreign land and away from home, very proud, heroic, valorous, sometimes arrogant. Then you have sex organs, attractive, enviable beauty, strong sexual desire, passionate, performs good and pious deeds, interested in music, dance, and arts, wins excellent fame. If it falls in the hands, then you have eloquent speaker, skilled at examining commodities, jewelry, or gemstones, can be truthful and untruthful in speech, adaptive, diplomatic, sometimes lacking straightforward honesty. If it falls in thighs, then moves across many places, countries, spread their name, very enthusiastic in work, also fickle, physically weak, can be deceitful or liar in some context. Feet, often connected with land, agriculture, or the work that is grounded and practical. Does little religious work, fearless of enemies, may neglect duties, careless or undutiful, engaged in service or labor of some kind. So these are the different interpretations of each of the body parts. Now I'll give a word of caution here. These are not the strict definitions, but they are to be applied liberally, and they are to be applied depending on the desh, kal, patra of the person. Now, and this is where you as an astrologer will apply your intelligence to do the predictions, because these are not these are the clues, these are the guidances, these are not actual predictions. So that is what you need to keep in mind as you predict using Dimba Chakra. Now, what I'll do is I'll give you the examples, and this is my own research, and I will try and give you as many results, as many combinations as possible. And let's and In the astrologer's desk app, we have done all the calculations. We've also included predictions for Dimba Chakra, which means you don't have to worry about remembering what is the meaning of of your moon's nakshatra falling in navel versus falling in feet, falling in heels. All that you don't have to remember. You don't have to do any calculations manually. So everything is present in the astrologer's desk app, and let's look at some examples now. You can go to the astrologer's desk app and we can look at the chart of Shri Narendra Modi ji. You open the chart of Narendra Modi ji or whoever you want, then go to the chakra section and you will find Dimba Chakra. So here, this is the image of Dimba Chakra. Now, his sun is in Uttara Falguni Nakshatra, so we start the Dimba Chakra with the 12 number at the very top. And then we put all the nakshatra numbers in the sequential order, and after 27 we reset our counter to 1. And then moon nakshatra is 17th, which is Anuradha. So here you can see 17th number nakshatra Anuradha falls under the face part of the body. Now here is the meaning of the moon's nakshatra falling in the face part of body is the native enjoys sweet foods, gets comfort of beds and seats, will live in a well-furnished home and is a good speaker, remains cheerful and has a smile on his face. Now, we all know Mr. Narendra Modi is the Prime Minister of the India, so he definitely enjoys get comforts of seat, which means he lives in a well-furnished home. He is a good speaker. We all know he is a great statesman. He is considered to be one of the most powerful world leader today. He remains cheerful. You can always see him smiling. He is always called by his. He is always. It is always said that he is always camera ready, and he has a smile on his face. Yes, he has a smile on his face. So you can see all of these. All of these clues are making sense here. Now, native enjoys sweet fruits. Now, does this mean that he has a sweet tooth? He probably has. But does he always enjoy sweet foods? Is that what it intended here? Probably not. Here, what it means is the person gets wholesome diet. If you are the president, or if you're a president or prime minister of a country, you will definitely get good um, fulfilling meal. So that's what is indicated here. Get comforts of bed. He probably sleeps well. He sometimes. So again, these are to be applied liberally. These are not like the rigid rules. You have to be liberal in application. And again, depending on Desh Kalin Patra, you need to apply this for your predictions. So we can see here in Narendra Modi's chart, the moon's nakshatra falls on the face and the meanings, how to we match the meanings with the Dimba Chakra. Now let's look at another chart. We'll look at the chart of Srimati Indira Gandhi. So this is a chart of Srimati Indira Gandhi. In her case also, the Janma Nakshatra falls in the face region. And again, we have seen the meanings and the interpretation of it. So here also, she was the Prime Minister of India. So she had good food, she had comfort of seat, which means she lives in a well-furnished house. Good speaker, remained cheerful, had a smile on the face. So these are some of the interpretation. So another example is MS Dhoni. So MS Dhoni chart also, the Janma Nakshatra falls in the face. So these are some of the examples for the Janma Nakshatra falling on the face. Now let's look at when the Janma Nakshatra falls on the forehead. So this is the chart of Shri Amitabh Bachchan, and then we go to the chakras, and then we open the Dimba Chakra. So for Mr. Amitabh Bachchan, his sun's nakshatra is Chitra, which is number 14. So the Dimba Chakra starts with number 14, and the moon's nakshatra is Swati, which is number 15. Right. So here the Janma Nakshatra falls in the forehead. And now let's look at the meaning of what does it mean when the Janma Nakshatra falls in the forehead. So the native will be endowed with good gems, gold, attractive clothes, different marks of honor such as fly whisk, umbrella, gets a place of distinction in his group. Person will lead a rich life with various paraphernalia. So this is the meaning of when the Janam Nakshatra falls in the head portion of the body. So as you can see, all of this are applied to the in the case of Mr. Amitabh Bachchan, because he is definitely a rich person. Several hundred crores rupees worth of and he lives quite luxurious life. He has good gems, gold, and attractive clothes. He has different marks of honor like whisk and charmer. Like again, charmer is probably not possible. He probably yeah. So different marks of honor. This probably does not apply in this case. Gets a place of distinction in his group. Yes, he has a place of distinction in his group, which is the Bollywood industry. He is well known. He is the big boss of Bollywood. He is the most significant actor or most prominent actor alive today. The person will lead a rich life and with various paraphernalia. So he lives in his own bungalow, and we all know about his lifestyle and luxuries that he has, right? Uh, so this is an example of now. uh, let's look at some more examples. So this is a chart of Rajiv Gandhi. In his case also, the Janam Nakshatra falls in the forehead section. And again, we can see all of these things are applied in his case, but here marks of honor such as whisk or charmer or umbrella, that also applies because he was the Prime Minister of India, which means he always traveled in the car which has the red light on it. That's a mark, that's a special sign which you will carry, right? So that's how you will apply it depending on Desh Kalin Patra. For Amitabh Bachchan also, we can say that he was the member of Lok Sabha. He was a member of parliament for some duration of his life, which means he also had that red light on the top of his car. It's a insignia. It's a kind of uh, a special mark which is assigned to you when you are like the member of parliament in India. So in that way, that portion applied for a little bit for. But in the case of Rajiv Gandhi, yes, he was the Prime Minister of India, so he had all the whisks or the charmer. Like there are always security persons who will surround him. He will always travel with his own cavalcade. He will always be like yeah, he'll always have some sort of paraphernalia around him whenever he's going somewhere meeting someone, because he was the Prime Minister of India. So he will have that such kind of distinctive marks of honor, right? So that's how these words are to be interpreted. And they have to be applied depending on Desh, Kal, and Patra. So another example could be Aishwarya Rai. So she also has um, the Janam Nakshatra falls in the forehead section in her chart also. Now let's look at some of the examples in which the Janam Nakshatra falls in the chest portion of the body. So this is a chart of Shri JRD Tata. We all know he was a great industrial leader, and he has done so many good things about setting up the infrastructure, setting up industry in India. And if we go and look at his Dimba Chakra, we can see that his Janam Nakshatra falls in the chest region. Now, again, his sun's nakshatra was Pushya and moon's nakshatra was Shatabisha. So, starting from number 8 at the very top on the forehead, we see where the Shatabisha is falling. So, we can see that Shatabisha is falling in the chest region here. Now, here, let's see the meaning of Janam Nakshatra falling in the chest region. So, the meaning here says the native will be equal to king in his family. Yes, JRD Tata was equal to king in his family, but also not just in his family, but he was also treated like a king because he created industry in India. He was somebody who established so many industries, so many companies. He gave jobs to so many people. So he was regarded like a king in his own rights. He was of good character. Definitely, he was of a good character, man of character. We all know. He is a very well respected person. He was a very well respected person. We all respect him um, for all the good things that he has done, and he has established a lot of charitable foundations. Those are still active today. Some companies that he set up initially, they are still um, operating today, operational today, and giving jobs and livelihood to so many people today. Enjoys great fame and he's well versed in Shastras. So yes, JRD Tata enjoys great fame. So um, all these meanings can be easily seen or applied to the chart of Shri JRD Tata. Likewise, we can look at some more examples. This is a chart of Donald Trump. And this is the Dimba Chakra for Donald Trump. And we know that his sun's nakshatra is Mrigshira and moon's nakshatra is Jesta. So, and that falls in the chest region. And again, we can see that native is equal to king in his family. He is good character or disposition, enjoys great fame, and is well versed in Shastra. So he does enjoy great fame. He is equal to king in his family. Yes, that is applied. Of good character or disposition, that's something I do not want to comment about. Is well versed in Shastras. Yeah. So again, depending on Desh, Kal, and Patra, you need to apply different meanings, and you basically have to assign different weights to different words which are available here. Not everything applies to every person, but they will apply in some way or form. So that's how we look at this example. Um, In the case of Jayalalitha also, um, the Janam Nakshatra falls in chest region, and again, native is equal to king in his family. She was the chief minister of Tamil Nadu for a long period of time. Good character or disposition, enjoys great fame. She had great fame, um, well versed in Shastras, and good character or disposition. Yeah. And then let's look at some of the examples in which the birth nakshatra falls in the hand section of the body. Yogi Adityanath, he is currently the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh. This is his chart, but details. And let's look at where does the in his chart, this is the Dimba Chakra, and we can see that Janam Nakshatra falls in the hands. So he has sun in 20th nakshatra, which is your Purvashada nakshatra, and moon is in the Rohini nakshatra. So Rohini is number 4. So number 4 falls in the hand. So the meaning is native will be eloquent speaker, bereft of virtues, be an examiner of commodities or precious stones, and is teller of lies and a speaker of truth or both. He lacks honesty in his speech and is skilled and experienced in talking according to the suitability of time. This is the chart of Aamir Khan. You go into chakras and then look for Dimba Chakra. So this is the Dimba Chakra. Now here we can see his Janam Nakshatra falls in the hand section of the Dimba Chakra. So here native will be an eloquent speaker. Yes, Aamir Khan is an eloquent speaker. Bereft of virtues, be examiner of commodities or precious stones, is teller of lie and truth or both. Yeah, we've seen him through Satyamev Jayate. He has made a lot of comments which are pro-India and then a lot of comments which are against India. So he has done his good and the bad. He lacks honesty in his speech, right? And is skilled and experienced in talking according to the suitability of time. So we have seen him like he getting into the politics and he talking about he does not feel safe in India anymore. He want to go out of India and so on and so forth. But again, then he goes and visit Turkey. So he has done all the crazy things, but he is still respected in India. That's again bad. But again, it is what it is. So. Then now let's move on to the next body part, which is arms. So we'll take an example in which we will find the birth nakshatra falling in the arms part of the body. And one of the examples here is the chart of Shahrukh Khan. So in the Shahrukh Khan's chart, if we go and look at the Dimba Chakra, his Janam Nakshatra falls in arms. So his sun is in Swati Nakshatra number 15th and moon is in Dhanistha Nakshatra, which is number 23. So number 23 falls in the arm section of the body. So let's see the meaning of it. The native will leave his own country, hometown, right? Shahrukh Khan was born in New Delhi and he now lives in Mumbai. Will earn wide fame in some foreign land. Did he earn wide fame? Yes, he did. He's very arrogant, heroic, proud, and valorous. Right? So he is can be considered arrogant in some way or form, heroic because he has done many movies. He has played the role of lead actor. He has also done a lot of movies with romantic genre. He has also done movies in which he has portrayed himself as a villain. He has also done movies in which he was a criminal. So he has done all kind of roles. He is a proud person. Definitely, he is proud. He has done a lot of roles in which he has acted. Yeah, with a lot of force, with a lot of valor. So yeah, I mean, I think most of this is applied. This can be applied on his chart. So yeah, I think it's a great example for when the Janam Nakshatra falls in arms. This is how it means. This is how it applies. So yeah, now look at the example of the Janam Nakshatra falling on the shoulders. This is a chart of Sylvester Stallone. Now we all know his role. He's a great Hollywood actor. He's known for his acting in the movies like Rocky series, and many more movies as we know him. He was born in New York. Let's look at his Dimba Chakra. His Janam Nakshatra falls in shoulder, and the meaning of this is the native is like a jewel in his family, has prominent shoulders. We can see in Rocky series, he has prominent shoulders because he is a boxer. He's acting as a boxer in those movies, so he has to have very strong shoulders because boxing is about using your arms. Is famous for celebrating great functions, has prowess, and is valorous, extremely brave. That's what we saw him when he acted in Rocky movie. Generous, will give gifts to festival of temples. Right. So as you can see, most of it can be applied. In this case, in the case of Sylvester Stallone, so I think most of it is applied, and same examples can be seen for John F. Kennedy. So here is the chart of John F. Kennedy, JFK as we know him. Here is the Dimba Chakra, and again, for him also, the Janam Nakshatra falls in the shoulder portion of the body. Sun is in the Rohini Nakshatra, Moon is in Purva Falguni Nakshatra. So 11 number Nakshatra is here. So native is like jewel in his family. Definitely he was like a gem in the family. Prominent shoulder, famous for celebrating great functions. His prowess, extremely brave and generous. Will give gift to temples of festivals of temple. Yeah. Again, a very prominent figure, known for now let's look at some examples in which the Janam Nakshatra falls in the sex organ or the private parts of the body. Pele, we know him, professional footballer, right? soccer champion. And let's look at the Dimba Chakra. This is the Dimba Chakra for Pele, the great footballer from Brazil. And we can see that his Janma Nakshatra falls in the sex organ portion of the body, which means the native will be of enviable beauty, is lascivious or lustful, performs good and pious deeds, has interest in music, dance, is skilled and experienced in arts, and wins excellent fame. So he was the one of the greatest footballers of all time, right? So he has excellent fame. He is skilled and experienced in arts. So arts, as in the sports is also considered as art. So and his skill and his experience in soccer is what he's known for. He probably has interest in music, but he's not known for his interest in music and arts. He performs good and pious deeds. Yes, he has done a lot of good work. Native has enviable beauty. Yeah, some people consider him, yeah, handsome. And then let's move on to the next portion of the body. So I'll give you the examples from see the when the birth nakshatra falls in the knees. So knees is where we need to be little careful. Um, so this is a chart of Pandit Nehru or Jawaharlal Nehru. Let's look at Dimba Chakra. So this is the Dimba Chakra for Jawaharlal Nehru, and we can see that Janam Nakshatra falls in the knees. The person will move in many countries. Yes, Pandit Nehru traveled in many countries. Will be unstable due to enthusiasm in sexual love, weak bodied, wicked, and devoid of truthfulness, according to Hora Ratnam only. Now, you might agree or disagree with everything which is mentioned here, depending on what your beliefs are. Um, we all know that he had a lot of affairs outside of the marriage. His wife was not well, and he had a lot of affairs. So weak bodied. He probably died of heart attack. Some people say he died of heart attack. Some people say he died because of other illnesses. So his death is a mystery, which is not clearly told, wicked and devoid of truthfulness. In some way, we can say, yes, this is true. But again, some people will disagree with that definition. But so again, use your judgment, and you may agree with everything which is written here. You may not agree. So you have to kind of take into account the Desh, Kal, and Patra aspect of it. Another example can be the chart of Hitler. This is a chart of Adolf Hitler. And here also Dimba Chakra falls in the knees. The person will move in many countries. The Hitler move different countries, yes. Will be unstable because of enthusiasm in sexual life. Does he has many mistresses? Yes. Weak body, weak bodied, wicked and devoid of truthfulness? Maybe. So here is another example of when the Janam Nakshatra falls in the knees. So we have seen two examples, Jawaharlal Nehru and Adolf Hitler. So now let's look at another body part, which is your feet. So this is the chart of Chaudhary Charan Singh. He was the Prime Minister of India, and he had a very humble beginning. He was a farmer agriculturalist, and then he rose and became the Prime Minister of India. So if you look at his Dimba Chakra, the native may adopt agriculture as his profession. So he was an agriculturalist. Now, one of the other meaning that could be associated here is that the native is very grounded, or native will perform work which is related to the grassroots level, right? Bottom of the strategy, bottom of the strata. So that's what we saw in the case of that's what happened in the case of Chaudhary Charan Singh. This is the chart of Chaudhary Charan Singh. Does little religious deeds, is fearless of his enemies. Yes, he was fearless of his enemies, will abandon his duties, and is engaged in some service. So these are some of the interpretation or the prediction clues that are given for when the Janma Nakshatra falls in the feet part of the body. Let's look at another example. So this is a chart of Shri Manmohan Singh, another Prime Minister of India. And let's look at the Dimba Chakra. So here is the Dimba Chakra, and here also we can see Janma Nakshatra falls in the feet. And native may adopt agriculture as his profession, does little religious deeds, is fearless of his enemies, will abandon his duties, and is engaged in some service. So again, abandoned his duties. Did he do all of his duties with the same diligence that any other prime minister would have done? Is engaged in some service. He was a bureaucrat, and then he became the the finance minister, and then he became the prime minister of India. So he was engaged in some service, and then does little religious deeds. I do not know his involvement with the religious deeds. So again, here are some of the examples which I have collected. So what I've shown you just now is some examples which I've collected so far on Dimba Chakra and how this can be applied on different nativities. Again, these examples are not to demean or humiliate anyone, but this is just to give you a astrological perspective. And the goal here is to give you a brief insight of how to use and apply the concept of Dimba Chakra. I know it's a long video, but hopefully it makes sense. And if you have questions or comments, feel free to put them in the comment section. Thanks for watching this video, and see you in the next. Bye.